Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is Sunday evening. We have had quite a restful day. We had visitors earlier. That's the dog dropping their rope toy for me to throw. Excuse me. So yeah, got some bits done, made some flapjacks, etc., etc. But I have a question. And it's one of these things, when you hear something and you're like, but how's that going to work? So this is my question. Will new political parties make a difference? So that was how the question started, because in America you have Elon Musk saying that he's going to start a new party. In the UK you have a couple of ex-Labour MPs excuse me, saying that they're going to start a new party. And I was like, okay, that may be good, maybe not. And then it got me to thinking, what are they actually going to do? What is there that they can do? And obviously, because I'm from the UK, I'm thinking of the UK when I'm talking about this. So looking at the UK just now, one of the big things that there seems to be a problem with is the cost of everything. Everything is costing so much. The government doesn't have enough money. It needs to cut its cloth to suit, etc., etc. And I was like, how is this becoming such a big problem? And then I thought back to decades ago. And the government, and this is very simplistic, please don't think that I have details, but in a very simplistic way of thinking of it, the government governed the country. And it was in control of pretty much everything national. So if there was something that the country as a whole needed, sorry, that's the dog dropping a ball. If there was something that the country as a whole needed, then the government was in control of it. Like your water, your electricity, your trains, etc. Now, I know it hadn't always been that way, but it had got to that stage at that point, this is when I was quite young, where the government was in control. And so therefore, they could make money from these national entities. And that would be what paid for the requirements, like the infrastructure. And, there were some things that government-owned contractors or whatever, or government-owned industries could sell to normal people. And they could make money that way as well. But looking at the UK now, what does the government actually make money from, apart from its people? Its income comes from tax and such. Now, I'm sure there has to be other ways. Just go and sit down just now. I'll be there in a minute. I'm sure there are other ways that the government makes money other than taxes. But I'm just having this thought of previously the government owned things and sold them. Like British Steel. National Rail. All those sorts of things. But now the majority of that has been sold off to private companies, like British Gas. What was that advert? Ask whatever his name was. British Telecom. There was all those things, and they could make a profit. So the government could make a profit. It could make some money to help it with its costs. What does the government have left to get money out of? And I suppose in a way I'm beginning to it's sort of quite concerning that the only thing the government has to gain money is what it's taking from its people. The government's not actually contributing to society. Does that make sense? You know what I mean. So, yeah, I'm quite happy to be told I'm wrong here. I sincerely hope I am. But, yeah, the main question is, certainly here in the UK, what does the government have to help it bring in money that doesn't initially come from its population? As in taxes. You know, if we buy stuff at the shop, we pay VAT, etc. If we work, we pay income tax, all that sort of stuff. What else do they have? So, yeah, please let me know. It's just one of those questions that I have that pop into my brain every so often. Because if there isn't particularly anything, then it doesn't really matter what party, what new party, what old party. If there's nothing there, you can't get blood out of stone. And that is definitely a concern. So, yeah. Now I'm going to go and throw the rope toy for the dog. Catch you later. I'm just coming, baby. Don't worry. Here I am.